Hey everybody, how are you doing today? Welcome to another winter day in Canada. It's a midwinter day, and this year it's gonna be an astronomically wet winter. So, the purpose of my video is to show you guys how to fix a wet slash soggy slash overly saturated backyard. I live in the country. The problem with my backyard is my neighbor is about his backyard is a foot higher, and then that's the highway, and that's 8 foot high, and even on this side that neighbor is about 3 foot high. It tapers off, and my backyard has a swooping slope. It does, but it's not aggressive enough. The difference between the very back corner and at the front is about a foot. So, and as I live in the country, this is where my septic system is. So every spring, whenever there is a wet spring, the backyard gets overly saturated, and my septic system, I don't want to use the word fails, but it can't take too much load. So I thought a lot, like to the point I decided I can raise my backyard by 2 foot and then put a new septic system in, which becomes very, very expensive. You're talking 10 to 15 grand for a septic system, just for the system itself, and then the cost of getting all the dirt in and getting leveled and whatnot. So in all, it's probably a 25 grand budget. It's not in my budget right now. So there's a lot of research I did, and finally I came across the concept of French drain. So the French drain is you basically, let's say you take an area and then you dig about 2 feet or 3 feet or whatever depth you want to go. You dig, take the dirt off, put a perforated pipe in there so that the water can get in, and then fill it up with crushed rock. So the idea is you create another water level which is lower than your ground, and the water can flow somewhere else. So what I decided was I'm going to put 3 French drains in. The one in the back, which I will show you in a bit, is being the biggest. First one is I'm technically standing on it. So right along the length of the property, from there to all the way to the back, and from there all the way to the back, French drains. And idea is it will collect the water it's coming from that property or that property, and somewhat channel it to the back of the property. And my septic system stops about here where the birdhouse is. So from there to the back of the property, where the biggest French drain is about 20 footer, 20, maybe 25. Okay. So this drain, it's a different one. I created this drain. That hole is about 6.5 foot deep. So I created about a loop, and the line, perforated line, and then filled it up with crushed rock. At the middle of the deepest point of the loop, I dropped a bucket, and the pipe goes through the bucket. So the idea is it's going to collect all the water from this end and that end, and hopefully come through the pipe at the bottom of the bucket and fill up the bucket. And I'm just going to drop a submersible pump, ideally with a float. Right now what I have is just a utility pump, and I don't have a float in it, and just pump it out to the back of the property where there is a creek, and it will eventually make it to the creek. Hopefully that works. So far, it's early mid-January, actually, early winter still. Spring will come in around late March. That's when it gets really soggy, but I want to see how that reflects, and how much flexibility it provides me, or how much support it provides me. I don't mind dropping a submersible pump with a float on it and having it hooked to the house so that it kicks in and off whenever it sees enough water. Well, I'll keep you guys posted, and please like and subscribe to my channel. If you have any question, leave it in the comment section. I did not show you the work I did because when I was doing it, I was so busy, and I don't know why it slipped my head. Should have took some pictures or some video so that you guys know exactly what I was doing. Leave a comment if you have any question. I will try to answer it to the best of my ability, and we'll go from there. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.